Hello, my name is Funtime Phantom Foxy, and today we're just gonna do, this will probably be the last episode of the Freddy Files. Anyway, this will just be quiet video of just the audio logs. I'll just speak at the beginning, at the end. Otherwise, we'll get right into number 1.
Hello there. It's Auxtority here, and I just made these audio logs just for my sake, my own sake, just to record, kind of like a diary, just to record all the development progress and stuff. If anyone were to stumble through this, that's because they've made it up to the extras, and that means they completed the game. So yeah, congratulations. If you'd like to, just listen to these tapes, I really don't mind. But they were actually made for me. I really, in my future me, it's okay if you see this. Really, it's okay. Oh, yeah. Anyways. So yeah, congratulations on beating the Freddy Files. Really, thank you so much. It's been a great, it's been great to develop the game. It was kind of fun, and too, it's fun stuff. I'm not really good at voice acting either. This isn't voice acting, just, records for myself. Really doesn't matter if it's bad or good. It's for my own sake.
And if there's anything I want to say in between the audio logs, I will. And he is the man behind the madness. Not the man behind the slaughter, behind my madness, my insanity. And and you're welcome for playing the game. It's really weird because they pre-recorded everything, but anyway, we'll continue with number 2.
Now, originality is something that's very rare in games, and I haven't even seen originality in a lot of games as well, but mostly like the ones in 2017, like Final Fantasy 3 maybe, and Pop Goes also, all those kind of stuff are mostly the original ones. Nowadays it's really hard because a lot of mechanics have already been covered, and it's really hard to come up with new ones. And to be honest, I'm also not too creative. At least I don't have time to be creative. Or that I didn't want to spend too much time, on a game like this to be creative. So what I did was I just combined ideas from other games and then implemented in my game, edited in such a way that it's, it feels new. Like each and every chapter is different. For example, maybe chapter 5, you can notice it's FNAF 6, it's FNAF Pizzeria Simulator. The same thing, just differentiated and mixed with FNAF 1. That's all. That's pretty much how I do it. It's fun. I like mixing ideas than coming up with new ones, because they're more intuitive and fun, and people are more, aware of that, and people can easily adapt to that too, because they already played it. That's why. I prefer more fun mechanics than new mechanics. Sometimes new mechanics may not be always the fun one.
I thought it felt pretty original, and I did notice, because I did comment at the ending of FNAF 6, the ending of Chapter 5, where it was bringing up the FNAF 6 ending, and it did really feel like FNAF 6, minus the heat mechanic, which I was pretty happy about. The fact that you don't need it with heat. Not like you would, I don't know who would even be affected by heat, but they had eyes. In the other chapters they didn't. Just weird. Anyway, chapter 3. Tape 3.
I always like adding advantages and disadvantages in my games, like ways that players can use their strategies for their own use and find ways to pretty much survive. And find it a good use for that, and then make it be helpful for you throughout the entire night. Like in FNAF games, it's pretty common that you have a advantage and a disadvantage for actions. For example, in my game, there's Freddy, right? And Freddy can go both ways. So for example, if Bonnie came from the left, what you can do is you can hold the alarm on the left side until Bonnie goes, and Freddy will also go because he goes from both sides. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm talking about. You can use mechanics for their advantage, and I like to do that in my games. And a disadvantage probably is Foxy. I mostly say Foxy because he uses alarm 24, and if you forget that alarm 24 is the one and not alarm 15, you're probably gonna screw up. So yeah, that's I like to do that. I like advantages and disadvantages.
I did always remember about Foxy being alarm 24. That was one thing that stayed constant. I just forgot how to deal with them at the doors. That was it. But, just weird noises in the background just making me think. I feel like I was gonna say something, but now I can't remember what I was gonna say. Freddy. So, like, Foxy was probably the most difficult one. And, like, I figured out a strategy very easily with, like, the mini games. With, like, I was able to come up, not really a strategy, but I was able to figure out how the pizzas worked in the night 3? I mean, chapter 3? It's either chapter 3 or chapter 2, I can't remember. Mini game, where it's you fight against the Shadow Freddy. I figured out how those pizzas worked, and so I used that as a strategy. For the final boss of this, I used the strategy of trying staying in the middle. So I have implemented a few of my own strategies in trying to beat this. It has been fun, though. This has been very fun. And I've had a lot of strategies to come up with throughout the months that I've been playing this. So yeah, tape 4.
Funny story. When the game first started, it wasn't an official game. Or at least it wasn't the game you think it was. It was actually gonna be a joke game. It was gonna be a joke that I was gonna make in Discord saying that, hey, I'm working on a new game other than the game I'm currently working on. Just, something like that, like a side project. I kind of wanted to do that because at that time I was working on another game called Sector C, which I scrapped for now, and I don't think it'll come back, but probably might. I don't know. I don't wanna. Well, I don't wanna. I don't wanna. I don't. Anyways, I really found that I should stop making a really big or official FNAF game because I won't probably have enough time for that as well, and I don't have enough practice as well. So I thought I should try making something small like what you see right now, the Freddy Files. It's pretty small, it's pretty random, and to be honest I like it because the reason why I made these chapters, like dividing into chapters and stuff, so that I can experience coding different things. Like chapter 1 you are able to walk around places, but in chapter maybe like 3 you have to use your mouse to do things. You have to be in an elevator and press buttons and stuff. Different coding styles will be applied in those areas in chapters. That's why I kind of wanted to make the Freddy Files chapters. I hate recording.
Who doesn't? I'm just joking. But, like, I do, like you did in that, I do stutter and mess up sometimes my words when I'm recording, because sometimes I forget what I was going to say, and other times I just make random noises, because normally I'm annoyed or angered. So, like, random noises will just come out of me when I'm angry, just because. And this did not feel like a small FNAF game. This felt really big. I got more out of this than I have, like, I did, like, Snow Shifts at Freddy's, or what was it called? Give me a sec. The snow game I played. Snow Tars? Five Nights at Snow Stars or something like that? Oh my god, why am I drawing a blank? Night Shift at Snow Stars. that I didn't get much content off of. Like, I didn't get many videos off of it because of the fact that I wasn't able to do it. Like the FNAFs, I wasn't able to get much off of. But this, I was able to get off like hours from this. I was able to get hours from this game. This did not feel small. This was a very big FNAF game, in my opinion. In my personal opinion, this had a lot to it. A lot of FNAF games are just, you survive 5 nights, that's it, you're done. You do the 6th night, you do the custom night, 7th night, and that's it. There's just whatever 20 mode, or whatever mode, whatever max mode, and that's basically it. But this had before minigames, mid minigames, or like a cutscene or something, the night itself, minigames in the extras, this thing, these audio logs, which only one other game had. I think it was Glimmering Nights at Freddy's, or Glimmering Nights. Glimmering Nights had this, but it was only one of these. And some fan games, mostly the older ones, don't even have an extras menu. I mean, this had, like, you had to find the keys in the minigames. Normally, that's not a thing you do. You normally don't find keys in minigames. It's not a thing you do. You don't normally have, like, special things. You don't normally have, like, a boss fight, like this did. You don't normally have, like, these really cool minigames. You don't normally have as much as this game has. It's really big. The file is, like, huge. I don't know if it's that big, but I think it is, but anyway, like, you don't normally have multiple endings, or, like, you don't normally have a thing where, like, okay, you beat the game, you're done. No, this game wants you to beat the game, you need to beat the game, and then you need to go back to Chapter 4. To put in the code to get the key to go into the minigame to unlock, to then go in to unlock the special thing in survival mode, so that way then you go in to give you clues to get the minigames to be able to fight the big guy. The big guy with the awesome music. I'm just saying, I know I might be a little bit ranting, but this is really big and a really cool FNAF game. It is a fan game. It has been one of my favorite that I've played. As much as it's gave me a lot of anger and being very mad at it, it's been fair, because I would get it eventually. Like, it wasn't impossible. I was just not thinking straight. And I would be able to figure out ways to eventually get it. And I'm just starting out at the same time, too, so I'm not that good with the keyboard and mouse. I'm more used to a controller. Like, whether it be Wii, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox in general. I grew up with all of that. But now, using a keyboard and mouse, just starting out, it's a little bit hard to just start out with keyboard and mouse after your entire life not even having a monitor, even doing any of this. And then all of a sudden, just starting. I'm sorry if I'm being a little bit ranty or a little bit, like, I don't know, just speaking my mind. It's just the fact that it's like, this is a lot. Like, before this, I didn't really do anything in my spare time. Before I started this YouTube thing, before I started recording and all this, I didn't really do anything. I didn't play any, like, I would play some games, but because of me creating this channel, it really gave me access to play all these older, newer, random FNAF games. Because of the fact that normally I wouldn't play them, or like I would play them and beat them in a day. But now I'll put time and effort into being able to talk and do all sorts of stuff just to make sure I have a good video and make sure it comes out mostly daily. I mean, some days I won't upload one because the fact of the matter is I either can't find a game to play or I just don't feel like recording. Alright, before I get any farther in ranting about my life and stuff, let's just go to audio tape 5 before it becomes a half-an-hour video of me just talking.
Oh, another fun fact: the um the the mechanic or the idea of being stuck in a location for one night but then being separated into multiple AMs is actually not original either. It's from a joke game called One Night with the Aftermath. It's made by my buddy Rahadamus, and he done a really good job in that game. It's really cool, to be honest, for a joke game. I really experienced anything like that before. It's super special. It's superb. It's amazing game. It's an amazing one. I kind of got inspired by that and got the idea to separate AMs and then make that kind of like the nights, you say, quote unquote nights. So that's basically the plot. The guy is stuck in a location for one night, but then he has to survive multiple AMs. And that's how Freddy Files existed. The only part now I had to do was decide how I can, what each chapter will do, each part of the AM will do, and that's what the chapters will make. And I don't like it's so random. Sometimes it just doesn't make any sense. But I like it in the way it is. I don't like it and I like it. Split personality thingy, I'm a jiggly here.
I'm a jiggity. Anyway, if you want me to, I will play that game. I can't remember because I have the attention span of ridiculousness. But if you want me to, I will cover One Night at with a Box. I think it was remade or remastered or something. It was re-something or something. Reimagined, I think it was. If you want me to, I will play that. If this, I might, maybe I'll record another video today. Or I do have a video that I have recorded in the past if I just don't feel like recording one day. But I may upload another video today since this is all this is. It's not really gameplay, it's just me talking and listening to these audio recordings. It's not really AMs, they're kind of labeled as shifts. So it's like you have different shifts within the night. So each AM, or at least each half an hour, is like a shift before the chapter ends. And I think that was pretty cool. Not stolen. Borrowed or not, that's still a really cool idea. Instead of having be like One Night of Flumpties or something, where it's like literally one night. It's not multiple shifts, it's one straight night that you sit through and then you're done. And I'm really happy this didn't get turned into a joke game. It was actually turned into a big fan game that is really fun, in my personal opinion. It's like the FNAF series, where it was like a joke made between friends, and then became this big series that now is spanned across 5 official games, 1 custom night, if you want to consider that, 6 games, and I don't know if Pizzeria Simulator is considered canon in the lore. I know FNAF's World, I did want to play that, but I never got the chance to. But it's being remade, so I'll play the remade version when it comes out. Because it's like, I liked FNAF World, and FNAF was really interesting to me, so I'll play FNAF World when it comes out with the remaster. What tape was I on? Anyway.
God, I hate recording. What else can I... So, today I don't do any much. Sometimes you have the days and stuff. Sometimes I'm in the day. My time is really less when it comes to holidays. No, I was just in the middle of development and like really close. You just have to go to a holiday. Right. I'll be back in the main, so that's fine. That'll be fine. Be cool. So yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll try to at least 1 minute of development in my games, just in case I don't lose progress or forget how my codes are. People forget when their codes are, especially during the holidays. So yeah, that's also something to be aware of as a game developer.
I mean, Easter's coming up. But I think it's like either early August. It's like last weekend of June and like the beginning of July. Don't expect any uploads because I think that's when I'm going on vacation for like a week or so. So like the end of June, beginning of July, there'll be probably like a little blank space. I'll probably, if I could know how to like, I could probably, if I wanted to, I could probably just record something stupid. But anyway, I won't be able to record because I won't be at my computer. I won't have access to my computer. What I'll probably do is I will probably record one video before I go, and I'll upload it that day, and then I'll go on a mini hiatus, and then I'll come back depending on what time I come back home, whatever time I come back, depending on the time though, I will probably upload another video that night or that day, depending on the time or how tired I am. But I wouldn't keep your hopes up for that day, but I'm not sure. Also, sometimes on the weekends I go places, and so I go to, like, I do stuff on the weekends, and so pretty soon, within the next few weeks, there will be I will not upload Saturdays. It'll be every day except Saturday. Saturday will be the one day I don't upload. Within a few weeks. Don't be surprised if I just stop uploading on Saturdays. Anyway, take that.
Okay, so something pretty bizarre just happened. I encountered a hardware issue. Yay! And I lost like a lot of progress. I'm gonna catch up, don't worry. The Freddy Files, like if you're seeing the game at the moment, that means the game isn't cancelled and that I got all the progresses back. The pretty much the moral here is to always create a backup. Okay, like every time you make big progresses, you should always have a copy of all the progress you've made. As a game developer, this is very important, especially when you know all your codes is like very complicated. That's the only word I could find. Very complicated. You don't really want to go back and be like, huh, how did I make this? How can I, how can I make everything that I made back and lost again? Very long and very confusing codes. Sometimes even the game developer themselves can't understand. That's why it's really important that you always back up, that you always save your datas into any way you want, really. I always have two files, one as the normal one as the backup. Click Team has its own inconsistencies, and encountering hardware issues is kind of common, especially for my very slow PC, my very potato PC that takes a really long time to render as well, which actually is one of the main reasons why I decided to make a 8-bit game, because rendering anything pixelated doesn't take a long time because there's less bits to, there's less there's less bits to render. That's why. And they're also smaller in size, which is kind of cool actually. So yeah, the moral is always back up your files. I'm gonna have to, recover everything I just lost again. Like, not recover automatically by using a pen drive or something like that. I just have to, from scrap, do everything that I lost. Hopefully the Freddy Files is not cancelled.
It's clearly not, considering I'm sitting here recording this right now. So, yeah. It's clearly not canceled. But anyway, that goes for like if you record a video too. So like this, I should always have a backup of my videos. Like I should always have them on like a USB or something, just in case. But the good thing is, once they're uploaded to YouTube, YouTube kind of just stores them on itself. But it's good to hold on to the files for a good amount of time, just in case things go south. But anyway, Yeah, that's the thing. Also, anything I say is I think. With, like, my upload schedule that I was talking about, it's I think. I'm not 100% sure. But you'll find out if it actually exists, if it actually happens. And if it does happen, I have a thought process of just recording a game on my phone and just uploading that, but at the same time, I don't think that's that good of an idea, so I'll just leave them blank. Anyway.
Okay, good news, the Freddy Files is not cancelled.
Clearly.
So yeah, I added lots of features now. I made lots of new changes and optimizations, and I'm very bad at recording. That's why you hear stutter and stuff when I record. I don't know what to say. I don't like having a script. I don't like writing anything. I just want to directly voice act. This isn't even voice acting, it's just voice recording for myself. And as I told you before, this is for me. This is something for me, and anything I say is fine for the future myself. It'd be fine. Told you that it's something just, if you want to check this out, it's fine. It's fine. I don't think game developers really make things like audit logs. I think I'm the only person who's actually doing it. I don't know. I always do it. I always like adding audio logs into my games. Anyways, that's probably my last audio log. Yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed Freddy Files. Thank you so much to everyone who helped me out as well. It's been a pleasure. Although I probably won't be making games for 1 year because of school. I'm in the last semester and I really want to get good grades. So yeah, until then, I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys. Maybe some future updates on the Freddy Files. I don't know. Maybe. So anyways, thank you so much for playing. That's pretty much all you're gonna be getting from me. Peace out.
Bye. Anyway, maybe they could do like a Halloween update. That would be cool. Like FNAF 4 Halloween update type thing. Just like everyone's replaced with somebody else. And I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, I did really enjoy this. This was a fun game. I really did enjoy the 8-bit art style, and it is 8-bit. I assumed it was 8-bit, and I was right. But anyway, this is the actual, this isn't really the actual finale, but this is the final episode of the Freddy Files. Unless it's either updated or there's a second one made, this is the end. This is where it's gonna be left off. I mean, I can't really do much more. Game's done. I completed the game. Can't really say much more. I mean, I've done it. I've beat it. I can't think of anything else that needs to be done. So I hope you all enjoyed this series, and I'll see you all in the next one. I hope you all enjoyed me. I hope you all enjoyed just this chill video, just me talking, as well as him talking about his game, and me just commentating about it, and all that. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. This is surprisingly longer than I thought it would be. So, bye.